Hi everybody, my name is Julie. This is our foundational Saturday morning class at Village Yoga. I hope everybody's doing well. It's good to see you. Seems like things are opening up, so I'm sure I'll see you back at the studio soon. And this is going to be a very basic foundational class with some basic asana moves. So let's get started. Today I've got a couple of wooden blocks that I had here. So if you want to grab your blocks, whether they're the foam blocks, wooden blocks, or even books will work as well. And we're going to start out with this class in a comfortable seated posture. So just take your time as you get ready and move into Sukhasana or half lotus or lotus. Oops. Slippery blocks. So if you're using a block, it's helpful because it lifts your hips up and allows your knees to ground down, which gives you that support that we're looking for, where you can feel your sitting bones grounded and feel the lengthening of the spine. And once you get settled onto the mat, start to let your mind come to a place of ease and see if for this next hour you can't kind of draw a mental circle all around your body and create a sense of a sanctuary for yourself so that you can let go of all that's going on around you in the world or all the health issues we've been dealing with. Just let everything kind of go into the background so that you can give your mind and your body just this hour at least, if not longer, amount of time for you to kind of regroup, reset yourself, recenter yourself, and just close your eyes. So find a place in your mind where you find ease. Maybe imagine yourself sitting at the top of a mountain or underneath a nice palm tree that's creating shade for you as you look out over the ocean. Just to create a sense of an image in your mind of peace and ease and tranquility. And once you've found that place, begin to find your breath. And maybe just open your eyes gently and rest the back of the hands on the knees, touching your thumb and your forefinger together in a Yana Mudra. And you gaze down to the tip of the nose. And just take a moment again to find a little more lengthening of the spine. And then take a deep, full inhale in through the nose. And exhale fully out through the mouth. Two more just like that. Deep inhale through the nose. And exhale through the mouth. One more deep full inhale. And exhale, let it go. Now breathe deeply in through the nose for a count of 4. So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4. And exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Deep inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Full exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep breathing every inhale, lengthening through the body, through the crown of the head. Each exhale, drawing your body back to the spine. One more just like that. And bringing your hands to heart center, gazing over your fingertips, just set an intention for your practice. A word, a thought, a prayer, a need, a desire that is specific to you in your life. Either something that either you, your friends, or your family needs right now. And just visualize whatever it is that you desire. Visualize it as you would like to see it. And then release that intention, trusting that that which you send out there, it will come back in time and on time as it's meant to be. And taking your left hand to the outside of the right thigh, and just take a little twist here as you gaze to the right corners of your eyes, breathing deeply. Take 2 more breaths here, 1 and 2. And changing directions. Right hand outside, left side. Take a deep inhale for 1. And 2. And coming back to center, we're just walking your hands forward and letting your forehead either rest down or move down in the direction of your floor or your mat. And take 2 breaths here for 1. And 2. And walking your hands back to your body. Lifting up if you've used a block. And just moving your block out to the side. We're going to move through Vidalasana. So that's the Vidalasana is that formation we do when we're creating our cat and our cows. So finding your hands and knees, spreading your fingers wide, wrists, shoulders aligned, knees, hips aligned, tops of the feet down or toes tucked under. Draw your lower belly in, push into the pads of each fingertip, ground into the knuckles. So keep pushing away from the ground with your belly drawn up and back, and then just let your sit bones lift and your chest move through your shoulders. Lift your chin, lift your gaze as you inhale. And then exhale, find that mad cat action. So you're pushing away, drawing your belly back to your spine, rounding into your back body. And then inhale, cow. And exhale, cat. 2 more. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. And 1 more. Inhale, cow. And exhale, cat. So from this cat action, rounding into your spine, allow your hips to move back towards your heels into a Utthita Balasana. So you're extending your arms, Utthita, lengthening. Balasana is that child's pose. So just resting your hips back towards your heels. You can always put a blanket between your calf muscle and your hamstring. And rest into this space for 3 breaths for 1, 2, 3, and then lifting yourself up, back onto your hands and knees. And opening your knees a little bit wider this time, toes touching, and find that cat. So exhale into rounding the back, and then draw the hips back towards your heels. And this time take your hands back behind you, reaching for your heels, and rest your forehead down, either on a block, on a blanket, on your mat, and take 3 breaths here. And then lifting up, bringing your knees together, your feet together, your heels together. Again, take a deep inhale on your hands and knees with your knees, shins, feet together. Inhale, cow, rocking through the pelvis. Exhale, cat, round into the back and draw your hips back towards your heels. This time, work your hands back towards your heels. And maybe connect your hands with your heels as your belly connects to your legs. And create a nice rounded egg formation. So draw your chin to your chest, your forehead to your knees. And maybe inhale, just lift your hips up as you reach back for your heels and round into your mid-back. And then exhale, come back, hips to heels. Take a deep inhale and exhale. And then again, inhale, lifting the hips, reaching your arms back, draw your lower belly in, keep your chin drawn in. Take a few breaths here for 1, 2, and slowly lower your hips to your heels. Use your hands to lift yourself up. So from here, coming back to your hands and your knees. Tuck your toes under and just lift your knees and let your knees hover for 2 breaths so you're finding equal weight in your hands and your feet for 1. And 2. And continue to lift your hips up, straighten through your legs. Keep your heels lifted and push away from the earth, finding equal weight in your hands and your feet. And take 1 breath here, deep inhale. And exhale. Then begin to pedal out through the heels. Just walking your dog. Maybe your heels are grounding down back behind you, or maybe they're slightly lifted. Bending alternate knees. Stepping back a few inches. Coming forward. Maybe side to side. Just waking up the body, maybe rolling through the hips. Coming back into your downward facing dog with your sitting bones lifted and your gaze is to your navel. And then inhale, look forward. Just slowly walk your feet to your hands. Coming into a half lift, so your hands could be at your shins, straight back, straight arms, soft knees. Inhale. And then exhale, just fold it in. And see if you can bring your forehead closer to your shins. And then inhale, half lift. And exhale, just fold in. Just draw your body to your legs, let your head go. And 1 more time, half lift, inhale, straight arms, straight spine, long spine, soft knees, and exhale, fold it in. Now inhale, trace your hands up your legs as you come into standing in Samastitihi. So Samastitihi, toes touch, heels touch, or your toes touch, your heels are slightly apart, or your feet are hip distance apart. depending if you're pregnant or back injured. So you decide what's right for your body. And then find equal weight in all four corners of your feet. So maybe play around, putting a little weight into the balls of the feet, back into the heels, into the inner arches, outer arches of the feet, until you feel equally balanced and connected. And then draw everything towards one another. So your ankles together, your knees, your thighs. This is going to help facilitate the idea of your Mula Bandha and your Uddiyana Bandha. So the Mula Bandha is the root lock of the torso. So it's going to be that space where maybe you're drawing your anus in gently. It's not a tight grip, just a very gentle gripping of the anus muscles, and then the perineum muscles lifting up. And then using, that's your Mula Bandha, that's your root lock. So then the Uddiyana Bandha is that space between your hip points. Transverse abdominal muscles are drawing in towards each other, so everything's drawing to center line. You engage Mula Bandha, you engage Uddiyana Bandha, and this allows the breath to be free and easy, to where you can start working with that transverse oblique breathing, where it's not a belly breath, where the belly's not going forward and back, and yet what you're working in is breathing into your lungs and allowing your ribs to expand out. We'll go into that in more detail at another time or in person. So just realize that we're trying to connect inward, and we're trying to connect with our bodies using the muscular structure as well. Now taking a deep inhale in through the nose, you might put your hands at your rib cage to start to feel the expansion out, and exhale, release, let the ribs draw back in, the lungs draw back into neutral. Again, inhale out, and exhale back in. So we're going to move through 2 classical sun salutation A's. Inhale, reach your arms up and gaze to your thumbs. Lift your chin, lift your chest, lift your gaze. Exhale, keep your gaze on the tip of the nose as you fold forward and reach towards the ground. Inhale, take a half lift. Hands can be at the shin or to the ground. Exhale, step your right foot back and take your right knee down and come into a runner's lunge. Now inhale, lift yourself up into Anjaneyasana, so your arms come up and your gaze is up towards your thumbs. Again, lift your chest, lift your gaze, breathe deeply. Take a deep inhale. Now exhale, work your hands down to frame your front foot. Tuck your back toes under and step your left foot back and find a plank position. From plank, you can lower your knees down, and you could do your chin chest down, or just draw your elbows back to your ribs to where you're hovering over the mat, and then press away to lift into a cobra position or an up dog position with your knees lowered. Then just tuck your toes under to lift your hips up and back into a downward facing dog. Now step your right foot forward in between your hands. You may need to use your right hand to bring it there. Into this low lunge and drop the left knee down. Now lift your torso, lift your chest, lift your gaze, reach your arms up. Either arms are out or palms together. Take a breath here. So inhale and exhale and inhale. Now bring your hands forward and down. Lift your back knee and step your back foot forward to meet the right. Now take a half lift. Inhale, hands roll up the shins. And exhale, fold in. Now inhale, rise up, gazing up to your palms, and let's just come back to Samasthiti. So you reset and regroup with the breath. Again, inhale, arms up, gaze up. Exhale, fold forward, reach for the ground. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, step the left foot back and the left knee down. Inhale, rise up on Anjaneyasana. Exhale, take your hands down and step your right foot back into a plank position. However you'd like to move through your Chaturanga Dandasana, knees down or knees lifted. You could do knees down and then go chin, chest down and roll into your Cobra or Up Dog. Roll back over the toes, many variations. And step the left foot forward and the right knee comes down. Inhale, reach up, gaze up. Exhale, bring your hands forward and down. Tuck the back toes and step the back foot forward to meet the left. Inhale, half lift, and exhale, fold in. Inhale, rise up, gaze up, and come back to standing, Samastitihi. We're going to do both sides again. Inhale, reach the right arm up, gaze up. Reach both arms up, gaze up. Exhale, fold forward, reach for the ground. Inhale, half lift. Step the right foot back, take the right knee down, and inhale, lift yourself up onto Anjaneyasana. Either the top of the back foot is down or the toes tucked under. Now exhale, bring your hands down, tuck your back toes, step your front foot back, and you're in a high plank position. Your choice of your Chaturanga Dandasana. And then into your Up Dog or Cobra. Roll over your toes, downward facing dog. Step your right foot forward, drop your left knee down. Inhale, reach up, gazing up to your thumbs. Exhale, bring your hands forward and down, and step your left foot to meet your right. Come into your half lift, inhale. Exhale, draw your forehead closer to your legs. Inhale, rise up. And come back into Samastitihi. Inhale, arms up, gaze up, chest up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, half lift. Now step your left foot back and bring your left knee down. Reach your arms up, gaze up. Exhale, hands down. Step the right foot back and come into plank position. Move through your Chaturanga Dandasana. And then press away into your Up Dog or Cobra. Roll over the toes into a downward facing dog. And step your left foot forward and your right knee down. Inhale, reach up, looking up. Exhale, hands come forward and down, and step the back foot forward. Standing into a half lift, moving to half lift. Exhale, fold in. And inhale, rise up. Gazes up and back into standing. Samastitihi. So that was your classical sun salutation A's with variations thrown in. We're going to do one traditional. So that's going to be just stepping back into your plank and moving through Chaturanga, and then either the Cobra or the Up Dog. So standing back in Samastitihi. Inhale, arms up, gaze up, chest up. Exhale, fold forward, reach forward as you fold down. Inhale, half lift. Lift your head, your gaze, your chest. Exhale, step back into a plank position. So here, either your knees are dropped or lifted. You move through Chaturanga Dandasana. Elbows in by the rib cage all the way to the ground, where you just hover. And then you press away. And you can stay here with your elbows bent, or straighten your arms, or maybe lift your knees, come to the tops of the feet, come into a deeper upward facing dog. And then just roll over the toes or step over the feet to your downward facing dog. Maybe walk your feet in slightly so that you can really lift your hips up high. Maybe bring your heels down. Gaze to your navel. And take 3 breaths here. So breathing deeply for 1. 2. 3. Now inhale, lifting your heels, bend your knees, and step your feet to your hands. Inhale, half lift, and exhale, fold in deeply. Reach your arms forward and up to lift yourself up, gaze up, and come back to standing, Samastitihi. So we're going to move through a sun salutation beat, Surya Namaskar beat. So that starts with Utkatasana. Just bend your knees, keep your chest open as you reach your arms up, and gaze to your thumbs, lift chin, lift chest. Exhale, fold forward, straighten through the legs or keep the knees soft. Inhale, half lift, any variation. And step back into your plank position. Now lower your knees or not to move through your Chaturanga Dandasana, moving into a cobra or an up dog. Tuck your toes into a downward facing dog. Inhale the right leg out behind you and lift it high. And so we're going to go 3 times prepping. So draw the right knee to the forehead, chin to chest for 1. And then 3-legged dog, extend the leg out. Now draw the knee in again to the forehead, chin to chest for 2. And then inhale, extend it out. Lubricating the joints in the hips, knee in, chin to chest. And then extend it out. And then just step the right foot in between your hands, or use your hands to get it there. And come into a runner's lunge. Now take the outer edge of the back foot, the back heel grounds. Your front heel's aligned with the back heel or inner arch of the back foot. And using your feet and your arms to reach up into Virabhadrasana 1, your warrior 1. So your arms can be open, nice and out and wide, just drawing the energy into the body. Or the arms may be shoulder distance apart as you work your shoulder blades down. Or your palms together as you lift your chin, your gaze. And take 2 breaths here for 1. And 2. Now reaching your hands forward as you stay grounded in your back foot. Bring your hands down and step your right foot back. Come into a plank position. Either hips lifted, which will support your lower back. Draw your belly in or hips grounding down, chest forward. Now lower your knees or not, move through your Chaturanga Dandasana. Press to lift into Cobra Up Dog. Roll over the toes into a downward facing dog. Now inhale the left leg out. We're going to do this 3 times again, prepping the left side. So you can either stay in down dog as you draw your knee in, or move more into a plank as you draw your knee into your forehead, chin to chest. So inhale, extend, exhale, draw the knee in. Inhale, extend, draw the knee in. Do 1 more. Inhale, extend, draw the knee in. And step the foot in between your hands and come into a runner's lunge. Ground through the back heel and rise up to your warrior 1 position. Arms can vary depending on how your body is feeling today, and you can bend deeply. You can take the knee over the heel here, or center over the heel, ground through the back foot, gaze up, and take 3 breaths here for 1. 2, 3. Now work your hands forward and then bring your hands down. Step your left foot back. Come into your plank position. Move through your Chaturanga Dandasana. Press into Cobra or Up Dog. Roll over the toes into Down Dog. And then find your breath. So drawing your heels back and down.
Cobra, Larry. Cobra, Larry.
And then lifting your heels, bending your knees, and stepping your feet to your hands. Come into a half lift. Inhale. Exhale, fold in deeply. And inhale, come up. Bring your arms forward and up. Sorry for the interruption of this phone call, and come back into standing Samastitihi. So that was our sun salutation B. So from here we're going to go into Vrikshasana, a tree pose. So Vrikshasana, start by grounding down through your feet and either bringing your sole of the foot to your ankle, below the knee, above the knee, up into the inner thigh, and push your foot to your thigh, thigh to foot, hands to the heart, gazing down through your fingertips. Maybe opening your arms up, maybe bringing your palms together, gazing up, looking up, and take 5 breaths wherever you are. So 1. Slight tucking of the tail. 2. 3. 4. 5. And releasing your foot and your hands back to your heart. So release your right foot down, and let's go to the other side. Either grounding down through the foot, just finding your balance here. Below the knee with the left foot, up above the knee with the left foot. Hands to the heart, you can stay right here. Tuck your tail, find a steady gaze with a steady breath. And then taking your inhale, reaching maybe your arms up, opening your arms up, bringing your palms together, lengthening through your side, working your tailbone underneath you, gaze down, out or up, wherever you can stay steady for 5 breaths for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then gently bringing your hands back to heart center, follow the gaze of the fingertips, and release your left foot down. So again, from standing at the front of the mat, Samastitihi, we're going to move into our wide open stance from Prasrita Padottanasana, but we're going to just take a big step out to the right and take about just a nice wide stance so that maybe your ankles and your wrists would be at about the same distance. It's hard to say without seeing a mirror, but just take a nice step out to the right, nice long deep step to the right. And then you're going to draw your right toes towards the back of the mat and put a bend into the right knee into your Warrior 2 position. And we're going to hold Warrior 2 for 5 breaths on the right side. So your arms are about the same distance, so just really reach through your fingertips, gaze to the right fingers or the middle finger, your fingertips are together for 1, 2, 3, 4, And straighten the right leg, make your feet parallel, pivot around on the heels, parallel the legs, and then take the left toes, point them to the front of the mat, and bend into that left knee as you gaze over your left fingertips, reaching your fingertips away for 1, 5 breaths, 2, 3, 4, 5. So straighten that left leg and then release your arms. Reach your arms out so your wrist and your shins are about the same distance. And then pivoting on your right heel so that your right knees, your right toes are pointing towards the back of your mat from a warrior two position. And we're going to bring the forearm above the knee and the left hand to the waist of the ribs as you roll your chest open to the long edge of the mat, and extend your left arm up and over, bicep to ears, and then gaze up to that left palm. Keep rolling your chest open for 5 breaths for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and inhale, lift yourself up into your warrior two. Straighten the right leg, pivot on the heels, feet are parallel, and pivot around on the other direction. Putting a bend into the left knee and taking the left forearm above the knee, right hand to the rib cage as you roll your chest open, gazing up or extending your right arm beyond your ears, gazing to that right palm, taking 5 breaths here. Try not to let your left knee roll in, so keep sure that your inner thigh is opening out for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and inhale back into your warrior two position and straighten that left leg, taking your feet parallel to the long edge of the mat. Now heel toe your feet in once, maybe twice, so you shorten the distance between your feet. Pivot on the right heel, so the right toes perpendicular, aligned with the short edge of the mat. Tee your arms out, setting up into triangle pose, and reach either for the big toe with the right hand, or the right hand can come to the shin, or the right hand maybe inside the right leg. Again, start by taking your left hand to your left rib cage, roll your chest open to the long edge of the mat, and extend your left arm up in a triangle pose, Utthita Trikonasana, for 5 breaths, for 1. 2, gaze to the left thumb or out the left side of your eyes. 2, the corners of your eyes. 3, 4, 5, and then inhale, lift yourself up. Take your feet parallel, pivot on the left heel, left toes pointing forward, keeping your hips and your chest square to the long edge of the mat as you either reach down for the toe, or the shin, or the front of the foot, or a block, and take your hand to your waist or your ribs, so you can roll your chest open. You can feel that twisting sensation, keeping your feet grounded. And extend your right arm up when you're ready for 1, 2, 3, slowly come out of triangle pose and take your feet parallel to one another. Inhale, reaching your arms out, and then stepping your right foot to your left foot so you're standing back at the front of the mat. So we're going to go into eagle legs, Garudasana, and eagle arms. So you're facing the front of your mat, or if you've decided to face the long edge of the mat, that's fine too. I'm facing this way so I can see the camera. So bending the knees and just cross the right knee over the left, either wrap that right foot back around the shin, or if this is new posture to you, just cross your right knee over your left and let your right foot ground down either to the mat or to a block. Bring your hands to your heart. Or you could bring your forearms together, your elbows together, your forearms together. Or you would cross your left elbow on top of the right, draw your belly in, gaze to your thumbs, and take 3 breaths here for 1, 2, 3. Release the arms and uncross the legs. So now going to the other side, you would lift the left knee across over the right, either ground down into that left foot. You can even use a block for stability. Just work here, just crossing and hugging, and keep your hands to your heart, or come into your forearms together, gazing up, or crossing your right elbow over the left, elbows up, forearms forward, gaze up for 3 breaths for 1, 2, 3, and coming out of this posture. So back at the front of the mat. So once again, we're going to take a big wide stance out to the right, Asrita Parad stance, legs nice and open. And then you're going to just take your hips back and reach your hands down towards the mat. It may mean that you need a block here as well. So if you want to grab a block, if there's not one close to you, go ahead and get a block and put it down. And we're going to take a half lift. So either your palms are grounded, your wrist and your shoulders are in one alignment, wrist to shoulder, as best that you're able to do that. And then you're going to reach your right arm up and gaze to your right thumbs. And take 2 breaths here. So 1. And 2. And bring your right hand down and lift your left arm up and gaze to your left thumbs. Try to keep your hips squared if possible for 2 breaths for 1, 2, and bring the left hand down. Inhale the right arm up, twisting, gazing up or down if it's too much to gaze up for 1, 2, and bring the right hand down and lift the left arm up for 1, 2. Now take the left hand down and reach the right arm up for 1. So inhale. And exhale, take the right hand down and inhale the left arm up. Inhale. And exhale, take the left hand down and reach the right arm up. Inhale. And exhale, take the right hand down and lift the left arm up. Inhale. And exhale, take the left hand down. Take your hands to your waist, take a deep inhale. And come halfway up, exhale. And inhale, bend your knees to lift yourself up and step your back foot to your front, standing at the front of the mat in Samastitihi. inhale, reach your arms up, gaze up to your thumbs. Sun A. Exhale, fold forward, reach for the ground. It's a vinyasa, breath coordinated movement. Inhale, half lift, gaze to the horizon. Exhale, step back and find your plank. Drop your knees. Move through chaturanga. Inhale, pressing into an up dog. And exhale, shifting your hips back to your heels into Balasana. Utthita Balasana, arms reaching forward, chin to chest, forehead to knees, and take 2 breaths here. So breathing deeply. Ardha Balasana. One more breath. It's a child's pose is what you might be more familiar with. Now inhale, lift yourself up and lay down onto your belly. So extend your arms long out in front of you and reach your toes back behind you. And bringing your hands back towards your legs, towards your hips, with your palms down. Reach deeply, firmly down through your legs. Squeeze your legs towards one another and away from you. And then ground down through your palms. As you inhale, lift your chest up for 3 breaths. For 1, 2, 3. And lower down. Take your left ear down and gaze to the right. Coming back to center. Taking your hands back behind you and interlace your palms, or keep your palms grounded by your hips. And inhale, lift up. So either keeping your feet down, your thighs down, or lifting your feet and your thighs up with your chest. So inhale for 3 breaths. For 1, 2, and 3. And lower down, taking your right ear down and gazing to the left. And one more time, bringing your chin back to center. Either palms down, lifting just your chest, or lifting your chest and your legs, or taking your hands back behind you, interlacing your palms together, working your elbows towards one another. Your choice for 3 breaths. So inhale, lift up for 1, 2, and 3. And lower back down. So taking your hands to your chest, lift yourself up to your hands and knees. From your hands and knees, you're going to cross at your ankles and sit back onto your seat. Extend your legs long and lay down on your back. So we're going to move into a bridge pose. And we're going to take 2 bridge postures, but we're going to hold each bridge for 5 breaths. So bending your knees and working your heels towards your hips. So let's start by just lifting your hips up and tucking your tail under. So your pelvic tilt. Tuck your tail under towards your knees. And then keep that rounding action so that your lower back rounds down. And gently reach for your heels. So if you want to use a block to place under your sacrum, you can do so for those 5 breaths. But you're really going to build more strength if you just engage your bandhas in order to stay lifted. So whatever's appropriate for you. So inhale, lift your hips. Take your hands maybe through your back and release your palms, or just keep your palms grounding down. You can even take your arms up and over your head if you prefer, and wherever you are, you have 5 breaths. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And slowly lower your hips down to the ground. Maybe lift your hips and roll your tail towards your knees and ground down one more time. And prepare yourself for the next lift into your bridge. So inhale, lift your hips, shrug your shoulder blades together, palms down, your hands together. Work your shoulder blades together. Once again, lift your hips higher. Take your sternum to your chin. Work your chin from your chest for 5, for 1. Keep lifting those hips, 2. Relax through the buttocks, 3. Button is engaged, 4. And one more breath, 5. And slowly lower down. Gently draw your knees in towards your chest and then let the knees release forward. So Apanasana. Just a gentle releasing. Knees forward and back. Feeling your lower back release. Now from here you're going to drop your feet down. Open your feet to the inner edges of your mat and let your knees go to the right, both knees to the right. And then inhale, lift up and let your knees go to the left so you're windshield wipering side to side. And coming back to center. Cross the right shin over the left knee. Weave your hands through that left leg. Work that left leg back towards you. And just, again, give your lower back a little bit of a massage. And then release. Bring your right foot down. Both knees back. Cross that left ankle over the top of the right knee. Hug the right knee towards you. Weave your hands through your leg, either reaching behind, clasping behind your hamstring, or some people like to take their hands to the front of their knees and just roll side to side. And release. Now extend your legs long, reach your hands up and over your head. And take a deep inhale here. So reach fully, inhale. And exhale, bring your hands forward and down by your hips. So lifting your legs up, either going to a wall with your legs lifted and Viparita Karani, taking your hands under your hips. You're going to take 10 breaths with your legs lifted up. So this is your inversion. Any inversion that speaks to you for 10 breaths. For 1, 2, 3, 4, eyes can be closed. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now bend your knees, bring your feet back to the ground. Extend your left leg out long and draw your right knee into your right shoulder for 2 breaths for 1, 2. Across the right knee over to the left. Keep your shoulder blades grounded. Take your gaze to your right arm, so tee your arms out. However you'd like, maybe goalpost arms for 2 breaths for 1. And 2. Coming back to center. Draw that knee into your shoulder, maybe lift up to it. And then lower the leg, really extend the right leg. Draw the left knee into the left shoulder. For 2 breaths for 1. 2. Crossing the left knee out to the right, gazing to the left for 2 breaths for 1. And 2. And drawing that left knee back into your shoulder. Maybe lifting up to it. And lower back down. Now lifting both legs back up to the sky. So here we're going to bend the knees and either just hug the knees in so your lower back is grounded and your feet maybe drawing forward, facing forward. Or if you have a happy baby where you reach for your big toe, inner or outer edges of your feet, and you can keep your lower back down as you extend your feet to the sky and then roll side to side here. Go ahead and do so. Just rolling side to side, feeling your entire spine getting a massage, which puts that little smile on your face, hence the happy baby. And releasing your hands from your feet. You can take your hands under your hips, or just bend your knees and make your way into Shavasana, or crisscross out your legs, engaging your abs as you bring your legs down to the mat. So you're on your back, you're laying on your back, and you're setting up for Shavasana, corpse pose. So just like we did in the beginning, take a moment to find a space in your mind and in your body where you find complete and total comfort. Whether you imagine being on a soft feather bed at the beach or in a field of long, beautiful grass that's just supporting you, looking up at the sky. Find that place, visualize it, and take a deep inhale in through the nose. Feel the cool air on you. And exhale through the mouth. Again, take and make any adjustments that you need to find yourself stable, comfort. If you need to bend your knees and then let your knees drop in towards each other, you could go there as well. Again, if you do so, kind of lift up your hips, again, to roll your tailbone under so that your lower back is nice and grounded. And you can just rest right there. Now, no longer controlling your breath, so we say release your breath, relax your jaw, release your tongue, close your eyes. Still your mind. Let your breath breathe freely through your body. Feel your body grounding down. If your mind wanders, bring it back to that place of comfort in your mind, or bring it back to your breath, or just let your mind focus on your third eye. between the eyebrows up to your heart center. So I'm going to leave you in Shavasana. And I would suggest that when you come out of Shavasana, so just stay where you are, resting, relaxing, staying in that space of love and joy and peace and comfort. When you come out of Shavasana this morning, this afternoon, this evening, just find a space where you can sit back where we started in Sukhasana. Just resting the hands on the knees. And maybe find a state where you can meditate for about 5 minutes as well. Just following, letting your breath move freely through your body. Letting your mind, thoughts come in, thoughts go out. It's been a pleasure practicing with you. As always, the light in me sees and shines on the light in each and every one of you. May you be healthy and happy. May you be safe. Always. Namaste. Thank you.